I think it's no surprise that I like handhelds, to the point where I have a little collection of them. Some of them work, but not all of them. Anbernic is known for making plenty of these little doodads. And while yes, this may be my first, I'd say it's definitely my favourite by far. All from the design, the nostalgia, and the actual price and games it can play for that price. And trust me, it can handle a lot of games. But first, let's chat the actual design. So what's actually on this Game Boy Advance SP's cousin? Well, first you've got the D-pad over there, you've got the face buttons here, and you've got a start and select and a function button, which is mainly used for things like save states and menus in RetroArch. On the back you've got two pairs of shoulder buttons and the triggers. You've got a mini HDMI and USB-C port, well not port, charging cable section thing, you know what I mean, charging port. Two micro SD card slots in the front, and on the side you get a headphone jack and a volume rocker. For something this size, it's really got a lot of stuff packed into it. And the colour, oh my god, I bloody love the retro DMG colour scheme. I want all like my tech bits and bobs to be in this colour scheme, it's so bloody good. Now time for the nerdy part. Skip ahead if you're not bothered or asked, you know. The RG35XXSP runs a quad-core CPU at 1.5 GHz, which is pretty fast, so it's better CPU than my laptop. It's got 1 GB of RAM and a dual-core GPU. It's nothing groundbreaking for like all the portable technology, but for the price and emulating all your retro games, it's fine. It will run most of them without a fuss. Battery-wise, it's got a 3300 mAh cell. In actual use, you'd get like 6 to 10 hours of games, like without charging, depending on also what you're running. And if you're just leaving it in sleep mode, it'll last easily the whole day, with like, I don't know, 10% left. It doesn't last like over 2 days, you want to charge it at night. The screen itself is a 4x3 IPS panel with a 640x480 resolution, which is perfect for Game Boy, Game Boy Color titles because it's 4x3, NES, bit SNES, it's fine. N64 too, most of your retro games will be running at 4x3. But why would they choose 4x3 for a Game Boy Advance styled console? Well, you see, they have this little cute overlay to make it look like an actual Game Boy Advance SP, and I think that's bloody awesome. For non-computer nerds though, if we were to compare it to the original Game Boy Advance, it's roughly 3.3 million times faster than the original Game Boy Advance. That is quite powerful comparing to 20-year-old tech. So it'll definitely handle most of your retro games. This thing will handle anything up to PSP, N64 and even a bit of Dreamcast. So that means you get a massive library of games, which I'm sure plenty of us have backed up and totally own. For the games that I 100% own, I find fighters like Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear, Street Fighter are right at home on this thing. The D-pad's quick enough for like no false diagonals or anything, so if I was getting bodied by May, I would not be blaming the handheld for losing. As well as arcade fighters, RPGs are super cozy on here, stuff like Pokemon. Okay, if I'm being real, that's like the only RPG I've played besides Dragon Ball Fusions, but that's for another video. This thing did carry me for a big Pokemon save so far, like look at all my little Pokemon. I love these guys. Platformers are nice on here too, stuff like Dragon Ball Advance Adventure, Sonic, like all the Sonic Advance games, the Genesis games, all the classics, Mario. I find a lot of that stuff enjoyable on here. Some PSP and Dreamcast is hit or miss. I personally haven't tried Dreamcast. I have tried PSP on the Dragon Ball fighting games on there. For a bit, it's all worked fine for me at least, it's all anecdotal. Find what works for you, but if you want to get more details, go to like Retro Game Corps or something.
Get over here!
This thing's basically a chunky Game Boy Advance SP, so yeah, it will fit into most pockets. Maybe not the most comfortably, but it will fit. And since it's a clamshell, you can just throw it into your bag and you don't have to worry about screen damage, button damage, just a few scratches in the shell mainly, but gameplay wise you will be fine. No broken buttons, no screen scratches, it's solid. But it's big enough as well for your meaty gamer hands to grip around it and hold it just fine. I found myself taking it on just short, small trips to school before I finished all my GCSEs, and just taking it to a mate's house. It's a nice little thing to carry with me, and it's not as chunky as something like the Steam Deck if you just want to play simple little games like Mortal Kombat. It's much more fun though, just flipping this thing open and being able to play all my retro library instead of turning my phone on and then scrolling and scrolling and scrolling for hours. It's more enjoyable. I feel less drained after using it. So basically it's small enough that it could be a permanent resident in your little bag, but it's big enough that it's comfy and it's got enough horsepower and usability behind it. So my final thoughts: is this the best retro handheld for the price? And honestly, I don't know. I can't give a definitive answer. For me, I'd say it probably is, but I don't own enough of these to give you guys a good answer, if I'm being honest. But for 40 quid, like come on, you get all the way up to possible Dreamcast. That's a banging price if you ask me. So at the very least as well, one of my favourites, and it's definitely earned a spot in my bag. It's insanely solid for that price as well. So yeah, another video, not on modern hardware. Well, it is modern hardware, but not covering modern games. And that's what I want this channel to be like, yeah? Obviously, I'm going to still cover some of the modern stuff. One day I want to build a budget PC and see if it's good enough for you guys to use. I want to cover more headsets like the one behind me. I want to cover modding handhelds like the one below me. I want to cover mini PCs. I want to cover laptops. I just want to do everything. I want to be like a jack of all trades, but be master of all at the same time, if you get what I mean. I want to cover as well some games, retro games, modern games. Obviously they might not do as well, but this is all just a passion project, a hobby to me. Obviously it'd be nice if I got sponsorships. I don't even want money, I just want the actual thing that they're sponsoring me for. So let's say some random mini PC company came up to me and was like, hey, can you do a review on this? I'd happily do it. I don't want the money for it, I just want the computer, so then I can use that computer to be like a server to make more videos on. It could be like my dedicated video editing rig, stuff like that. I also want to get a laptop because, well, working portably is the main way for me, because I do a lot of travelling, not far, just to other people's houses, and to be able to do that work portably would be great for me. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Please follow me on Twitch, subscribe and like the video if you liked it. Also leave some feedback in the comments below because I want to know how to keep improving these videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.